Hello there, and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. And today we're talking about the loan players coming back from loans and where do they fit in, if they do at all, to our squad, which of course we know now will be playing in the Championship next season. So yeah, we're going to run through them all. Um, Little mini series from myself looking at the whole squad. I'm going to do it in parts. Obviously, the loans today, keepers, defenders, midfielders, all the way through to the attackers. Where I think they're going to go, if I think they're going to have a go in the squad, sort of what I'd like to see. And then, secondly, what I think the club will do. Obviously, I'd like to get your comments and your thoughts on these, well, loan players today. Where do they stand in your opinion? In the comments there below. And yeah, so let's get started with them. There's 14 to look at, so there's quite a few, and they vary in terms of obviously ages and where they've stood in the first team in the past as well. And yes, yeah, so we'll start with going through the defenders. First and foremost is Diego Llorente, obviously on loan at Roma, has been since January. Didn't really do much and was a big target for a lot of fans' frustration initially when he first stepped up in the team from from the first game till when he played his probably last game for me for Leeds United. Yeah, lots of mistakes in him, hasn't he? Yeah, it's been a bit disappointing since his arrival from Real Sociedad. But Roma, European final tomorrow as of recording. He maybe play a part in that. I don't know. He has played in the Europa League so far, so seemed to have come back into Jose Mourinho's liking. I think that might have been due to maybe an injury, but he's obviously impressed him because he's stayed largely in the side, or at least played a bit of a part in the games. Most recent as Saturday, played a full 90 minutes in a 2-1 defeat to Fiorentina. So, granted, they're probably looking at the final tomorrow, but still, he's played, quite a number of games in a back three, with Chris Smalling. Quite an impressive loan for him, really, that, because a lot of fans would say he's poor, but seems to have got himself a good move. He said at the start of the season, Leeds can do great things. What, like get relegated? Diego, yeah, that's really good. Um, he didn't help in that, for his part in the first half of the season. But I'd like to see him go because I don't think he has. I think he'd be good in the Championship, wouldn't he? But yeah, I think he doesn't want to be at Leeds. I think he went to Roma for personal reasons. I don't know. I think he just wanted out of Leeds, didn't he? So yeah, I'd like to see him go. The club will see him go as well, I think. Get a good move, probably. I don't know who's going to have him, but he'll get a decent move, probably at a cut price as well. So he'll go. Um, Going on now to Charlie Cresswell. Charlie Cresswell, obviously homegrown lad. You've come through the youth system. He, impressed when he played at Millwall. Gary Rowett seemed to take him in the team, then take him out for a bit, then put him back in. I think as fans thought he'd play the whole season for Millwall, but he impressed when he played, and they like him down there. They like him a lot. Um, Few injuries, problems he had. Obviously looked the part when he played for us against West Ham at Ellen Road last season, but 100% he plays a massive part in next season, doesn't he? Definitely. You know, he's future captain material for me. I think he'll get that at some point. Funny because I think he will profit from the club's relegation. I don't think if we'd have stayed up, I think they might have actually been looking at offers for him, which seems crazy, but they obviously, I don't know, see something maybe we don't, but definitely he has to play a big part in whatever comes of Leeds United in the Championship next season. I think he'll be a big part of the squad, big part of the defence. And yeah, I'd like to see him stay, and 100% now. I think the club will keep him. His Millwall teammate then, Charlie Shackleton, Jamie Shackleton, who again, like Cressy, he was in and out the squad, in and out the team, utility player, isn't he? Shaq, I don't rate him to be honest with you. I don't think Gary Rowett did really either. Does he play centre mid? Does he play right back? Bielsa kept messing with his formation and his positioning as well. Obviously broke through under Bielsa, didn't he, with Leeds? But had no place in the Premier League. Again, another one that might profit from us dropping down to the Championship. Would I like to see him stay? I'm going to go yes, just to beef out the squad a bit. Maybe could do a job in different areas of the pitch. So for that reason, I'm saying yes. He can stay and come back and fight for his place. Um, and I think the club will probably see it that way as well. I think they're going to they're going to keep him. I don't think I don't think his contract's up. So yeah, I imagine he'll come back and again be part of the squad going into the Championship season. Um, Stuart McKinstry then on loan at Motherwell for the season. Did well, did well for Motherwell, didn't he? Motherwell, yes, he did do well. Um, and I think he will profit from that in the Scottish Premier League. But I don't think there'll be any place for him in the Leeds side next season. No, I think I'd like to see him go, and I think the club will probably, maybe even Motherwell will come in for him. He seemed to do well. Like I said, it's his home team as well, isn't it? Sell him there. He'll have a better career, I think, and play a lot more games. Um, Going on then to Leo Hilday played a good part in the first team already. Obviously, last season, not loads of games, but he's got a bit of experience this season as well in the cup games. I don't think he played any in the Premier League before his move to Rotherham. Again, another one that'll profit from championship, championship experience for the season. Impressed a lot of people in Rotherham, uh, and seems to have done well. Can play centre back, can play left back. Young, I think he's 20, is he, or 21? So he's done well from all accounts. And again, like Cresswell, I think he'll play a big part in this season, and I'd like to see that. And like I said, I think the club will do that as well. I actually was impressed with what I saw from him last season in the team. I was a bit surprised that they let him go out on loan, but yeah, he's going to profit again from you know from from what he's seen and what he's had in you know in there. So going on then to the next one, Helder Costa. Helder Costa's been on loan in Saudi Arabia, playing under Nuno Santos, hasn't he? Outcasted by Leeds Hasn't really played for us for probably about 2 years now. Went on loan to Valencia, didn't really work out for him. I think he's done pretty well in Saudi Arabia. I think they might have won the league or something as well. So yeah, but again, he's only on loan. I think Costa would be gone far away from the team if we were to stay in the Premier League. Again, he's one that will have profited from um, from us being from us being relegated. I think he'll come back into the team, come back into the squad, and maybe he's got something to offer. I think we'll keep again this looking forward, but I think we will keep a few of the wingers. I think we will be again top heavy in that department, but he's got extensive experience in the championship. I'd like to see him come back, and I actually think that the club will 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 have him back. Maybe just for one season, see how it goes, and then if we stay in if we're still in the championship in the 24-25 season, then probably let him go at that stage. But I think maybe just give him a season, see if he cooks. If he doesn't, send him on his way. If he does, then there you go. You've got a player back that you didn't use for 2 years. Um, so yeah, I think he does. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of these players as well. Did they stay? Did they go? What you'd like to see. So going on then, and if I forget any as well, because there's quite a few to remember. Obviously, I'm doing this off the fly. I haven't got a sheet in front of me or anything. Maybe I should have done, but I don't. So I'm trying to remember them offhand. So we'll go on to then Lewis Bate, who has obviously played under Carl Robinson, who was obviously finished the season as assistant to Sam Allardyce at Leeds. I don't think Carl will be at Leeds for next season, but I do think Lewis Bate will impress massively under Carl Robinson, who was sacked in February in the centre mid position. Yeah, very, very good. You know, very good player, very good player. Um, I think he will be at Leeds, play a part in the squad next season. He has to. Some of these players they have to break in now, otherwise it's never going to happen for them. So again, another one that'll profit massively from our relegation because I think if we didn't go down, he'd be sent out on loan again. Would I like to see him back? Yes, because I think he can offer something. Do I think the club will? Yes, I do. I think they're going to be short in the centre mid position. I know they'll probably sign a couple of them as well, but he will be used. I'm pretty sure of that. Moving on then to Dan James. Dan James is probably the most senior of these loan players. Obviously, maybe on a par with Llorente in terms of Leeds United first team experience. Um, Dan James, I think, has had a frustrating time at Fulham in the Premier League. He's shown maybe that he isn't a Premier League player. I know with us, I mean, there's got to be some reason why they didn't want him around. I mean, again, we are top heavy in wingers, and Willie Gnonto seems like a better option. But Dan James, he's got something in the Championship, surely. Again, he might profit from a season in the Championship, just do his confidence a bit. Because to be honest with you, I don't think a Premier League side, Fulham, won't take another gamble on him there. They probably see a bit higher than what they were when they signed him. And he hasn't really been used, has he? He can't even get in the team, really, on most occasions. Or off the bench for 20 minutes or something like that. In the Championship, I think he'll be good quality. He's, showed it with Swansea, the quality that he has. And now he's a bit older. Premier League experience with United, Leeds, Fulham. Yeah, international player. He comes back for me, and and does well. Again, do I think the club will? Um, no, I don't think so. I think the club will try and cash in on Dan James. I do, and I don't want them to because I think he'll offer something. But I do think some of these attacking players we have might stay. So I don't think there'll be much, excuse me, much room for him really. To be honest with you, and I do think they did plan to let they do plan. I think they did plan to let him go if we stayed in the Premier League. I don't think that changes much really. I do think he'll go where I don't really know, but yeah, I don't think they'll keep him. Yeah, it'd be a silly decision for me, but there you go. Um, there's, there's Jack Jenkins on loan at Salford City. He got injured, so had to come back early. Um, didn't play much. I really don't care, to be honest with you. Sounds harsh, but I don't care what happens to him next season. I think he'll probably go out on loan. That's what the club will do. I think send him out on loan again. But yeah, I don't really know much about that player, so I can't really comment. Um, there's obviously Cody Drama, who has been promoted to the Premier League with Luton Town. Excuse me, massive admirers from newly promoted Burnley, and obviously his loan team Luton, who obviously are higher than Leeds now in the pyramid of football. Um, they, you know, I think they want to sign him. Burnley want to sign him. He's got a decision to make. I, like many fans, want to see him play for Leeds next season, drop out Ailing or something like that, and have Cody there. But I think the club will cash in on him. I don't think he'll want to stay at Leeds. Excuse me, sorry. And why should he? Why should he? When they treated him like they have been made to find football elsewhere. He's gone and got promoted to the Premier League. We've got relegated from the Premier League. So who's laughing now? You know what I mean? I think the club will want to keep him, but I think he'll want to go elsewhere. Which means we'll probably get some kind of fee for him, and he'll go and play his football elsewhere. But incredible talent, really, and he's done really well. And fair play to him, and congratulations to him for getting promotion to the Premier League with Luton. He played the whole game on Saturday at Wembley as they beat Coventry on penalties to secure their place in the Prem for next season. Also promoted to in the weekend, of course, was Arthur McCalmont, who was on loan at Carlisle for the season. Northern Irish caps, full Northern Irish caps for Arthur McCalmont, but it just hasn't gone well for him at all in a Leeds United shirt. So I would like to see him go out on loan again. I think that's what the club will do ultimately. I don't think he plays another game for Leeds, so maybe sell him on. Clearly a decent player, but obviously not up to the same level as what we'd have hoped for. Been on loan at League Two and League One, so yeah, obviously not up. Maybe Carlisle again want to get him in. I think he's done okay to be fair there, so maybe he goes there. And I think that the last couple, Tyler Roberts, injury prone again. Tyro just can't keep fit. Had to miss a World Cup for Wales. In and out of the team because of injury with QPR in the Championship last season. This season just gone. I'd like to see him leave. To be honest, I think it's time for him to go find another club, try and keep fit and build his career back up. I think the club will probably see it that way as well. It's time for him to sort his career out and sort his injury troubles out and get, to a club that he'll play regular football. He's a good player, but too many injuries. I think the last player is Ian Poveda on loan at Blackpool in the Championship, obviously relegated from the Championship this season gone. He scored a couple of goals for them, one in the FA Cup when they beat Nottingham Forest. I think a couple more in the league. But again, another player promised so much, delivered not much in the end, and I'd like to see him again moved on. I think the club will see it the same and move him on as well. Yeah, just not good enough really. But there you go. That's the list, I think, of all of them players on loan. So let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Obviously, you can see it's gone on for nearly over 20 minutes. So yeah, that's why I'm splitting them into sections. So we'll do the goalkeepers probably tomorrow maybe, and that'll be a lot quicker. Obviously, there's only 3 of them. So we'll see how that goes. But let me know your comments and your thoughts on the loan players. Who should go? Who should stay? What's going to happen with them? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching if you made it to the end. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.